Hi, it's Wanda again with the Soolip Fix. Thank you for joining me today. Today, I am going to lead you through some ribbon wraps, as well as just some Valentine's ideas. Valentine's is coming up, and it's one of my favorite times of the year. A holiday that is focused on giving love. What's better than that? Okay, I'm going to go through a quick gift wrap. I do a gift wrap tutorial, and you're welcome to look at that, but I'm going to go through it quickly. So I'm going to do the same basic techniques that I use, measuring my paper, using scissors to trim, and in my other tutorial, I used a thick or a box that had some width like this, but today I am wrapping on a shallow box, and when I wrap with a shallow box, I actually prefer having the ends come under the gift, and I'll show you. So I'm going to measure this a little bit differently and wrap this a little differently. So I'm going to tuck the end under. I use double stick tape always. I'm going to put the top side down. I'm going to bring one side up and bring the opposite side in. I'm going to square up my box and tape it down, okay? So it's a little bit crooked, but it's okay. All right. I'm not perfect, neither is life. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the ends and always making sure that I go into the, what's going on here? What's going on? Going into the corners and creasing. So this is what gives me a nice, clean, smooth edge. And I tuck in, or I fold in the ends. I take my double stick tape and then I bring it up. And like I said, when I wrap a shallow box or a shallow item, I like bringing like a book, for instance, I like bringing the end under rather than having it coming in on the side, mainly because it keeps it a little bit more tidy. Okay, so I'm going to do the same here. Bring in the ends, creasing wherever I can. Making sure that I come in at 45-degree angles, using my finger to really make a nice crease. And then I'm going to fold in the ends. Take a piece of double stick tape, bring it here, and then fold in. Okay, so there you have the gift. All right, now, using the pointer finger and thumb, making your creases. Okay, so the box takes on a little bit of an architectural shape. Now, I am a big fan of skinny twines, yarn, string in wrapping. And some of this came out of a need, or when I'm looking for something to wrap a gift, and maybe at home I don't have these luxurious ribbons, which not all of us have at home all the time, but I generally would have a ball of string, and I started using string as a tying mechanism. And when you're using something skinny, I love using it as sort of a graphic element. I'm using this wax twine, and I have this in a lot of different colors, but I'm going to show you something. So as I wrap ribbon, thicker ribbon, I start out with keeping a strand, maybe 8-10 inches from the center to the end, and then wrapping it once, And in my other tutorial, I showed you and I demonstrated wrapping it just one time around on the horizontal side and one time around on the vertical side. But in this case, since I'm using a skinny twine, and this goes the same with yarn or string, I wrap it again. So to demonstrate again, it's wrapping it once and then wrapping it again. And then I'm gonna get a little crazy and I'm gonna wrap it one more time, okay? So it's 3 times one way, and then I'm gonna set my box down, cross it on the top, and then I'm gonna wrap it again the vertical way 3 times. And there's no rule that you have to, if you're gonna go 3 times on one way, you have to go 3 times in the other direction. There's no rule, but I'm just gonna do it that way. Okay, so then I'm going to cut my string. All right, put my things away, and then I'm going to take this strand and bring it into my southwest corner into the northeast. All right, now the great thing about these wax twines is there's a little bit of stickiness to them, so it just makes it easier to work with and to hold. So I'm not going to tie a knot, because I love when the recipient of a gift can receive a gift and open it with ease. And so I simply, like I did, I looped the lasso end in one side into the other corner, and I'm just holding it right here. And because I am using this wax twine, it kind of makes it a little bit easier to do. So I'm going to just take something to hold it right there, and then I'm going to take my wax burner. Now, what's in the wax burner? It's denatured alcohol. It's highly flammable. If you're a young person, don't burn this without your parent there, please. If you're an adult, just make sure that there's nothing around you that's going to flame up, because denatured alcohol is highly flammable. But why do I use this versus a candle? Well, the reason why is because denatured alcohol burns really hot, and so the flame is really, really hot. And what results is that the wax, when I burn the wax, and I have lovely sticks of wax, the wax gets very supple, it gets very hot, and you'll see how I use it and how having hot wax makes for a better seal, because it gives me time to be able to create my seal. So I use wax sticks that don't have any wick running through, and the reason why is because I'm able to do the technique that I'm doing, that I'll be showing you. When you use a wax stick that has a wick running through, the idea is that you light the wick, and merely you let the wax just drip on your envelope or package, whatever you're going to seal. Well, by the time that you have a puddle big enough to wax, the puddle has already hardened. So anyways, enough of that. I'm going to show you how to wax. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to make sure that I have all my wax items set up, including my wax sealer. I'm going to dip it into a metallic ink pad. As the reason is for 2 reasons. Number 1, I want this 2-toned wax effect, and you'll see that. Also, the oils in the ink act as a barrier so that the gooey wax doesn't get stuck into my sealer. If you don't want to have a 2-toned effect, you can simply grab a paper towel, just put a little bit of olive oil or baby oil, and simply stamp your brass sealer into that, and then put it onto the wax seal. Okay, so I've got my match, I've got my wax. I'm going to use a cream wax today. All right, hold on. I don't want to burn my fingers on camera. Okay, here it goes. All right. There you go. All right. So I'm going to remove my weight. And I'm going to melt my wax stick, and you could see how I'm using my arm to twist and roll the wax so I'm not dripping and wasting a lot of wax on this burner, although it's really quite lovely. If you take a look at this beautiful burner, it's got layers and layers of wax, and I love that. And you could see that the wax drips, so make sure that you use some protective surface. You could also see that I'm getting wax drips on my package. I love that. I think perfection is when there's imperfection. So I love having these little accidental drips of wax. It is the sign of the human hand and the sign that there's a human being actually behind whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, I've got a puddle big enough. You can see I'm actually taking my time to stamp this into the hot wax. I love how it puddles underneath the weight and creates a beautiful ring around the shape. And I'm just gonna hold it like 5-10 seconds. Maybe I'll do a chant for you. No, just kidding. All right, so I'm going to, there you go. Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to show you right there. And then I'm going to just take my handy dandy scissors. I'm going to trim the ends of the wax twine. I'm going to leave these beautiful drips of wax, and I'm going to just adjust the twine just a little bit, just to even it out. And there you go. A beautiful, charming gift suitable for a Valentine. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. Okay. All right.